feeling extraordinarily as I am wont to be. Just having a look at that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Phil, and I've got so much stuff that I'm doing at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few little things. You might have seen the thumbnail. I don't know what you're looking at the moment, but if we look over here, you'll see that there's an awful lot of mess. Yep, you're right. But this has had amazing improvements. This has had amazing improvements. This has had amazing improvements. This thing, well, what can I say? It's in a serious but stable condition. But don't worry, we've created something, well, I've created something that looks really deeply suspicious, but it is okay, guys. Dr. Phil approved. So it'll be all right. Everything will be fine. So what have we got here? You'll see, da-da-da-da, we've got Opal, we've got da-da-da-da, we've got Opal. Got to close the door, da-da-da-da. I'm not going to try and clean the world or cool the world or do other things to the world, other than try to make it a little bit happier. But that's in its own right quite tough. But I can make the world a little bit shinier because I've got da-da-da-da, this stuff. I don't mind if it gets it into the opal water. That means the opal water will last for a little while longer. There we go. Now, what else have we got to stand about today? Ah, yes, that. I'll tell you about that in a second. Hello there, person who gave me a like. I'm happy with person who gave me a like. Not being manipulative at all, but yay to people who like this place. Okay. Someone left. That's manipulative. Away I go. So, cleaning up the place. It wasn't me, I promise. It was like that when I got here. There we go. Right. Yoink. And there we are. So this is the final part of something that has been quite an epic, because nowadays, after in the post-Christmas time, I am going to get some more holidays because I want to go to Lightning Ridge, but I've got to just temper that with my work schedule. And so I've worked a full day today. I've done another project which I'm not going to tell you about. It's top secret. I'm not joking. It is top secret. But along with all of that, I then had a look at my opal station. Now, I don't know how much you remember of what happened about 2 days ago, but this is what happened 2 days ago. It's dead, Jim. That's my old opal cutting Dremel machine. So I've had to replace it and do all sorts of crazy things to it. And ladies and gentlemen, I can report that I have mostly success to that endeavour. So I'm good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to quickly... I noticed that there's just a little bit of... I don't know. My girlfriend, she's Greek, so she's able to say all sorts of really weird words when we're talking about stuff that's, you know, on stuff, like messy stuff. There's a bit of stepasta here. Oh, cool. What's a stepasta? I don't know. I know what vrakia are in Greek. That's underwear. Yay! So if anyone... What is it? Oh, I can't remember. If someone's really close in Greece, they're arse and undies. Something in vrakia. So... interesting. So what we've got is we've got this here. We've got some new cards to tell you what's going on. Total gamble. No colour, but interesting. Tiny but mighty. I got 99 problems, but cutting opal ain't one of them. I'm sure that'll come up somewhere. Some colour. This is like that that Christmas love movie, isn't it? Shh, tell them it's carolers. Dr. Phil does opals. That is pretty obvious. I'll put that there. One day I will be with this woman. Okay, one tiny point of colour. G'day, Bill. How you doing? Epic opal and sunflash. I think that's all we've got. Total gamble. Will it shine or back to the mine? Okay, so I've got those. I've got one more thing because I realised that people always ask me about this, and so I thought I might as well make it official. So I'll just put this down here and I'll start writing with my pen of writing. Okay, so the last thing I was thinking about was this. Boing! MacGyver cam. And the reason why they're saying that is it's been a great compliment that people have paid me. They've said that your entire setup here is like something that MacGyver would build. And MacGyver, if you're too young to know who MacGyver was, he was a person who could essentially build an atom bomb with a wristwatch and a roll of duct tape. So, I mean, for me, who loves to make things and build things, to be called MacGyver, that's such an epic compliment. So I'm going to show you what's been going on in the MacGyver realm of my life. And this is what's been mostly happening. It's been getting the blue lights on top of, and just getting the blue lights all sorted out. So, like, it's fully sick and everything. So that's basically what's happened there. But, like, I can give you a cook's tour of this place. So this is my opal cutting machine, right? And you'll see that it looks rather small for an opal cutting machine. You'll see there's this little thing that goes into the back and through, and this goes all the way over to here. MacGyver cam, MacGyver cam, MacGyver cam, to this, which is essentially, well, I call it a Dremel tool. Some people call it a rotary tool. This one's made by Ozito, and I've gone through 3 of them so far. It's dead, Jim. Richard Dean Anderson, that's right. And if someone called you MacGyver, would you be happy? I was happy. I was epically happy when someone said that. So we'll move on to some of the more reasons why it's called MacGyver cam. So you'll see there's another tube going up here, MacGyver cam. There's another tube going up here, all the way up here, over to here. And you'll see these bottles of water. And so when I flick this switch here, boing, those are basically modified from old drip bags. Do you know what they call an expert? Somebody that used to be a drip under pressure. Dum. So there we go. And we can go back straight to here, and you'll see that the water is now over the cutting blade, which means that I'm not going to die from silicosis. Day. So that is the fun. So I'll do one last MacGyver-y kind of thing. MacGyver cam. We're going to flick the on button. That's going. Water's spraying everywhere, which is a good sign. Moving that over there. Oh, everything's going good. I'm going to pop this onto the... Oh, it's speeding up. Oh, yeah. It's roaring to life. That's what it's doing. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I know. A Lamborghini out of a box of apples. That's exactly the spirit I'm talking about. Yeah. So I think we've got the right kind of people here, so let's show you what the right kind of people are going to see. They're the right kind of people, the right kind of people, the right kind of people. So I've got these little rocks here. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because I've got to be very cautious with the colouring. Opals are really good to watch, but they are quite finicky when we're talking about the colours. I can see all sorts of colours here, and you sometimes can't see any. I'm working on that, and the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting a lot of lighting around to try and make it look good. So let's try and zoom out and try and make it proper. Let's see if we can spot it. There we go. There's some colour, just some pink up there. I can guarantee you this is a good opal. Well, I can guarantee you I think it's a good opal. There's no guarantees in opal, I'm afraid. Got this guy here, and basically I'm picking them up from here. You can see that there's just this giant pile of opals, and I've got way more opals than this. It's taken a little while to accumulate them all, but basically I get cheap opal and I have a look around and I see if I can turn the cheap opal into good opal. So you're seeing that. And there is a really pissed off magpie. Usually I feed them. Have a look at this. This is Cooper Petey Seam Opal. So you can see that there's a nice bit of colour in there. I don't know what I can do with that, because you can see it's just one tiny little chunk of colour. We'll see what we can do. I think I saw some flash just happen on the top here, so I might have to cut it across that way. So this one here is an example of the problems that I face. When I was sorting the opal in the sunlight, this shone like nobody's business, and now it's looking like not particularly nice. I'm trying to work out where that Maggie is. Hang on for a second. If he's around, I'll quickly feed him, but no. Okay, this will give you a hint as to what this is from Cooper Petey, because if you have a look at it, you can see the striations on it. You can see the stripes. There we go. So that's a chunk of shell. I'm going to put that into the fossil collection, because I don't like cutting shell opal. I do occasionally, but I don't like doing it. Here's another one. I think this is one that I've cleaned up a little bit to make it easier. But once again, it looked really good in the sunlight, and now it's looking like nothing. I can't see a thing on it. So I'll just pop that there. Having a look over here, we've got some, we're starting an opal race here. Come back here. I'm just going to hold on to these. I don't know what that one is. It's come out of the gate from nowhere. I remember that. That's the cutting from last time. So we've got that one. Oh, just so that you know, that other one that I was looking at before, I found some more colours all along there. So maybe we'll just get cracking on this one and see what we can find. Put that, well, put them there. I'll remember. There's plenty to go around. First things first, let's just steady the ship, so to speak. Oh, another like. Thank you very much. We'll steady the ship. And what I mean by that, that wasn't steadying the ship. Steadying the ship is getting it opal and starting to work on it in such a way that it won't be as fragile. Cooper Petey are a bit harder than Lightning Ridge opals, which means that they tend to just shatter a bit when you cut them. So first things first, get the skin off. Sometimes I don't get the skin off. Sometimes I do the, you know, the mystery approach. But normally I prioritise getting the opal stabilised, and in this instance, flattening this out so that I've got a good edge to round off is probably more important than giving the YouTube audience a bit of a, you know, oh, will it shine or will it not kind of moment. And as much as that might be bad marketing, it's good cutting. So, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I suspect that if it starts looking like a game of Minecraft, please tell me, because I know that there are issues occasionally with the internet around here. Now, as an aside, this is fascinating, this piece of opal, because it's obviously formed out of a, well, it could be a sandstone / conglomerate. You can see all that stuff in there, and I'll cut that off, but it's quite interesting. It's very silty, siltstone kind of stuff. So it was very nearly boulder opal. For those of you who keep up with my my normal schedule, which is, how do I put this nicely? Chaotic, that's what I call it. Chaotic. For those who put up with my schedule, yesterday's session was the second highest total I'd ever gotten for people. I was quite surprised. There was nothing particularly special about yesterday, except there was a lot of people who were coming in and watching. I'm very grateful, humbled, and all the things they say at the Oscars. I'd like to thank my producer, my sound tech company, my dog. No, but in all seriousness, I can't do this without you. Well, I can, but that just means I'm talking into the air like a crazy man. So you are literally the people who are between me acting like a crazy man and me acting like a person who's actually doing something. So I thank you for that. Because of you, they don't call the white men around. Oh, this is an absolute cracker. Did you see that colour? Let's see if it... I can see it. I don't know if it'll show up for you, that's all. Shows up a little bit. Let's just get rid of that light. Move that light away for a second. Lights are really finicky. No, right. I'll move it closer so you can see. Because you can start to see. Look at that. Can you see it? Wow, hey! Look at that bad boy. Look at it glow. Alright, so I think we've got a good one here. What do you reckon? So what I might be able to do is I might be able to move from McGyver cam to Epic Opal, because that's what it is. Hey, Raina, how you doing? Have your seahorses hatched from dads? Daphne's come along. Yeah, I'll just not today. That's alright. I've got guppies, and basically you increase the temperature of the tank, all of a sudden you have a guppy explosion. I've never gotten the hang of being a little bit cruel to guppies. Male pipefish. You got all the cool ones. But of course pipefish are actually, well, they're seahorses like before it was cool, I suppose. Do they propel themselves the same way? Because the seahorses, of course, are notable in the fact that they don't actually propel themselves with their bodies like other fish do. They have those little fins that flutter around at light speed. But do pipefish do the same thing? I don't know. Oh, this is just getting better and better. I'll show this to you. Look at it. It's amazing. Actually, you can see it. It's so bright. Okay, so they're probably involving their bodies a little bit, not their fins like the seahorses do. Hello there. How are you feeling, Adele? They indeed are. They're pretty cool when you see them. I remember seeing a lot of them just wild in Tasmania. Ah, Gilly, the gang is here. How you guys going? So I got to ask you, Adele. Like I was trying your pills, and are they supposed to taste like grapefruit? And not much happened. Basically, all I did was I woke up and there was a pipe in the back of my head, and I had goo in my lungs. Territorial, aggressive, yours. Isn't it funny? So again, oh, okay. So I was going to say that is it normal if the pills that you gave me, they tasted like grapefruit, right? But they did nothing except I woke up with a pipe in the back of my head and some goo in my lungs. I don't think you remember what your memes that you were sending out at light speed were. The Matrix, my dear, the Matrix. He took the pill. He woke up with a pipe in the back of his head. It's a good strategy. Just before you got on, I thanked my audience for making me not appear to be crazy. And then I just said I woke up with goo in my lungs and a pipe in my head. Well, it's a lot quieter. And it does this. It's all good. It sounded like you were having a hard time. I couldn't keep up with it. I had work to do. But what I can figure out is that you probably were catching up with old friends and some old scores were being settled and some old hurts were being re-emerging and you were not having a fun time of it. The thing is that I don't know who told me this, but it's such a wise saying. Hurt people is what he said. And I'm guessing that, like, in the wake of your mate's death, which would have been, like, even if it was expected, in Yes Minister, they say the bishops, they take forever to die. The Lord isn't that anxious for them to join him. But, you know, the good die young, because apparently, you know, they're wanted. But at any rate, it hurts people. And so people who are already hurt by circumstance are hurt again by this this event, this shared event. And for whatever reason, it doesn't produce this shared, you know, moment of mourning. It just produces the fighting. Yeah. This is a time when you wish you had something really, really wise to say. Like, you know, I don't know. Make sure all of the gates in your life are closed with the right kind of wire. If you are wise, you will know what I'm talking about. It's all good. You see, I feel that it's a responsibility if you're not hurt to not hurt. And if somebody is hurt, then, like, sometimes people are just nasty. I get that. But other times, hurt people just need just a bit of love at the right time, basically. It's all to do with the grieving process. What is the formal grieving process? There isn't one. But we know it lasts longer than just the days, the week or so it takes to have a funeral. Well, don't worry, you're safe here, basically. Well, moderately safe. I mean, there's no telling what I'll do, but, like, I'm not going to hurt people deliberately. Yeah. That's right. I can remember when my granny died. It was really weird because, like, I was having a great deal of difficulty coping. She was a lovely lady. But I took a photo of the room at my parents' place where she'd been staying the last 3 or 4 weeks prior to her moving to the hospital and then dying, because that's just the last place I saw her. And it was empty, and it was all very sad and stuff. And then some of my cousins, they felt that I was having a go at their mother, who'd looked after Granny for, I don't know, the last 10, 20 years or so. I can't remember how long they'd stayed with them. And they said, it's disrespectful, take it down. And I was like, at the time, maybe it was a bit blind of me to not realise that. But at the same time, I wasn't doing it in a nasty way. I can remember I was just saying, why can't we have our beautiful tragedy, you know? Because some tragedies just have a moment of beauty within them, even though they are sad. But then something else comes along and just strips all that away. A side splitter. Yeah. Yeah, being there in the end is really, yeah, it's rough. But, like, at that point, it's not about you, it's about them. So you have to suck it up and get on with it. Now, I'm being ultra gentle with this stone. That's why it's not exactly taking huge amounts of... I'm not doing it quickly, basically. Now, I'm thinking what I'll have to do is cut this stone along... Let's carve along here, see what we get. If we get any more, I'll reevaluate. But if not, what I'm seeing here is, I think that the red that you're seeing is sitting underneath the green. So that means that there might be more red to go below. So if that's the case, I'm very keen to keep the party going here. What's going on there? I'm just going to roll up and roll up and roll up until we get to the colour. Roll up with our heads held high. Our country's in the gutter, our dreams up in the sky. I could pretend it's a Bellum night now. It's almost tube-shaped. Well, there's no guarantee it wasn't, I suppose. Except, no, I don't think it would have been. A Bellum night is like a pipefish, except it's nothing like a pipefish. If you know what an ammonite is, then you know what a belemnite is. Belemnite is an ammonite which has been ironed. Yep. Oh no, trying to raise money. Isn't that always the way? Not only do the good die young, but they die penniless. Just so you know, Adele, having worked in medical professions from time to time, I'm not anything amazing. My doctorate is in soil science, but I did do a nursing degree years ago. Yeah, but working around that area gives you, we call it gallows humour, which means that sometimes you won't understand that I'm actually grieving with you. Oh, look, to me, insurance is a giant con anyway. I'm looking at my health insurance, right, and I'm better off stuffing my money in a mattress. I've worked in the medical profession. I've helped my dad out with his surgeries and stuff like that. That's a sad thought. I'm hoping I'll be able to do it again. But I've been helping Dad out with his surgeries from time to time over the years, and people are always asked to cough up huge amounts of money for the medical costs because the insurance don't cover it. And they bamboozle you by saying, oh yeah, you can have targeted cover. Well, yes, good. I can remember when my dad was feeling really bad, he said, he started going along that line, and I'm saying, don't you bloody dare. No, if there's something that needs to be worried about, we'll worry about it. Hence the $400 chicken. Yeah, worry is like grieving, so people do it differently. I know that much. My girlfriend freaks out with stuff like that, but for me, it's a very different story. Even if the worst is going to happen, like I've always been a fighter, so you know, I get in there and I fight. Other people, they just want to collapse. You let them collapse because, like, how do I put this? I can fight in that circumstance, but there are other circumstances that I have to collapse in, which other people can help me in. You know, interdependence, life kind of stuff. Yeah, that's right. And the reason, and the doctor and anaesthetist, well, they're an independent business. Like I've run them, so I know. The anaesthetists, they're an independent organisation, so to speak. It's like taking your car to the mechanic and then, you know, sending it over to the car wash. So they've got to make their money, and they've spent, you know, umpteen gazillion years in medical college learning how to rip you off. So, you know, they've got to get their money back. And the amount that they charge is usually associated with a few common things. They've got a book which has got, well, they used to, which had the Medicare rates. There's another book which has the AMA rates, and so basically AMA rates are, you've done Medicare, have you? Pa! Yeah. I can remember Terry Pratchett was writing something about it, because he likened insurance to a bet that you weren't going to get sick. A bet in which the company had pretty much sewn up all of the variables. What I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this in, because I think that this is an angle issue. So we'll have a look. If that actually produces some results. No, I don't think it does. All right, so back to the other strategy. I'm going to angle it perfectly and then carve it off like so. No, I chipped it. It's all right. I'm surprised I haven't chipped it more, to be honest. Well, this is an interesting development. The opal is underneath here. Very much a tube. May well be a belemnite from that. So have a look. We get the opal that kind of colours up here, and then it colours up over on the other side as well. See if I can get that happening. If that's the case, I'm going to kind of make a weird dome kind of opal. I have got it. Okay, part of the mystery solved, seeing that that is red down there, if you can see it. Okay, so the colour that's coming off here is red, and the colour up here is green, so that means that it was kind of hanging that kind of angle in the ground. I should probably say something to everybody around. Welcome to the people who've joined me who are regulars, and welcome to the lurkers. You're allowed to lurk around here. It's not a lurk-free zone. Enjoy the ASMR of the opal machine. Just don't tell me what you're doing with it. In answer to all of your questions, no pictures of feet, at least not this time round. Yes, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. But your life is your life. If you choose to not exert the half a Newton's force that it takes to do a thumbs up, that's your business. I wonder if the passive-aggressive approach works. Fine. Just let me sit here and cut opals all by myself, alone, in the cold, in the rain, over a hot stove. World's smallest violin playing just for me. Where's that opal gone? There it is. Found it. One thing I didn't realise about this attachment is it actually cushions. It cushions the cutter a little bit, so you get a better cut. It seems to me that even though I'm going a lot slower, it's actually preserving the blade a lot better, and it's also preserving the opal. Although I do still see a occasional chunk of opal fly into the wild blue yonder. You cannot have it all rolling in a day. You had a heart of sandwich. I don't know, man. You played it. 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 Ugh. Thank you. It's doing pretty well. Here, have a look at this. Sorry, I haven't been watching. Nice little tube here. So I just try to get myself oriented again. Here's another factoid that you don't need to know, but I'm telling you anyway. The words oriented and the words orientated. People have fights over that. The grammar Nazis, as they call them. Well, apparently, they're both equal. You can say oriented, you can say orientated. It doesn't matter. Sadly, nuclear and nuclear also. Should try to cup opals. Well, I know this one's a bit long and thin, but I don't think it's that kind of opal. I've made my decision. I'm cutting it along. I'm going to cut it off here because I think I can get another opal out of it. Another good opal, not just, random. That'll be for another time because we'll cut another opal after I've done the main one. But that one will make a nice little pointer, I think. I can cut it along that end. Anyway, it's a different story. That goes into the little cuttables. Oh, Adele, the diatomaceous earth, how do I put this? I put it everywhere, basically. Man, it's good. Not only are the birds more comfortable, but like flies, cockroaches, anything that would want to even walk around in the garden. I was being eaten by ants as I was doing opal checkings. Ants don't want to go near me. I swear, I could pass this off as a belemnite. No one would know. Except for like an hour-long stream that says it's not a belemnite. Well, I don't think so anyway. Shh, Phil. Shh. You shut up. Shut up, Louis. You shut up. Who is speaking? Oh, it is me again. Welcome to the New York Giants. In all seriousness, I have 7 likes at this part of the game. Pretty good. Happy with that. I'm happy with that. And now when I get my end of week reviews, I'll take screenshots of them because they're quite fun now. You got 1 million likes, you got 1 billion this, you got 1 billion that. Can you give me some money? No. I'm nearly monetizable. The funny thing is, if you look at what I've done over the year, 365 days, I've done over 3,000 hours of view time. But if you look at the earning section, I reckon it's very much like an insurance policy. Oh no, you didn't earn them like the right way. Yes, you need to earn them the right way. Sadly for YouTube, if they do that and they get rid of the loyalty of the little guys, and we have to face facts, we're the little guys, then that's not going to do them any good. People will just run off to TikTok, and it doesn't matter if it's a spy agency or not, they're just going to want the money. Side quest, side gig. So I'm reckoning maybe 2 to 3 carrots for that one. And that's ready to be docked. I'll just make sure that it's nice and... Oh, it's not ready to be docked. I need to really work on it a bit more. I think I'll flatten it here. Hey. I'm doing microaggressions on my own hand. I realised that I did an Adele song and Adele wasn't there for it, so that's annoying. Oh dear. You know what the sad thing is that I've seen some of those angle cams underneath the ocean, which is pretty good to watch fish. Watching them on top of the ocean is like a relatively temporary procedure. But they're obviously intelligent. And triggerfish are intelligent too, I've seen them. You can't just sit there and change owners with them and expect them not to notice. Same deal with cockatoos, obviously. That's where my passion lies. Especially the larger game fish. They're amazing. Wahoos and mackerels and all them. I think around here we just call triggerfish leather jackets and be done with it. I'm not going to explain why. Okay. That's looking a bit better. That's an inedible Tic Tac, basically. Alright, let's have a look what else we've got here. I feel like being mischievous. I mean, in a nerdy kind of way. I mean, when you think about it, like, this is not like top class rebellion here. Oh, I'm going to cut an opal a slightly different way. Oh, you cad, you. You keep that up, I might give you my servant's number. Okay, I'm just looking. Now this is an interesting one. I won't do it yet. This came in a packet of genuinely bland opal. I already saw it. Saw it. Well, yeah, well, that's a triggerfish. The trigger is actually there to wedge it in place in the rocks. You know that, don't you? Obviously, you probably do. I'm going to do it a little bit, see what it is. So here's what we're looking for with this one. Completely bland opal, but right where that white mark is, right in the middle, I saw some red. and it is not a figment of my imagination. The question is the red a crack, or is the red actual genuine colour? So it's going to take a long time to figure this one out. Let me see if I can find, not even epic colour, I'm going to go total gamble for this one. Total gamble. There we go. Yeah. The novel, you mean the Terry Pratchett novel, of course. Weirdly, I'm starting to remember what I'm actually talking about as I'm cutting the opals. Maybe I didn't think I was getting nervous for live streams, but maybe I do. I'm beginning to suspect that it's more crack than colour. I think in a few minutes we're going to be cutting away, and all of a sudden the plumber's going to come along and say, "Oh, I don't like your pipe. I'm just going to have to bend down here under the pipe with my very, very ill-fitting pants." No, it's crack. Hello there, lurkers. How are you doing? It's not a sledge. Quite like having lurkers around. I think that the lurkers are the reason why I've been doing so well recently. So thank you very much for doing what you're doing. If I could, I'd give you a like, but I can't. So maybe you give me a like and it's like the same thing. How's that? That's sneaky. So let's see, we'll just cut under this one. Just be aware that this total gamble here is not really, I'm not holding much hope for it. I think that, in all seriousness, that there's probably just a defect in the opal that's just showing through to the top. These opals haven't yielded very good colour, which is quite sad, because normally, especially with Cooper Pedy opals, they tend to really jump out at you. I wonder how much the like actually does affect the algorithm. You know, when I get advertising, well, not when I get advertising, but apparently when you get monetized, you can literally push a button and then an ad will show. What I'm interested in is not necessarily showing people ads, but I want to see how good the algorithm is at recognizing who you are and what your tastes are. We should just write down what ads we get. At the moment, I'm getting this South African guy going, "This is the best book ever. If you open it up and civilization ends, you will be able to rebuild everything." I just remembered there was a guy by the name of Chaotic Pinky, and I don't know, we'll find out if we watch the same thing now, because I watch Epic Battle Simulator sometimes. Just watch the Spartans take on the Persians for reason. I don't know why I like it. It's just so inane. But at any rate. one of the guys who does that is a user called Chaotic Pinky, and he says, "Oh, I'm just going to go up and do a thing. I'll just tap the add button. I'll be right back," and an ad goes on. So I have no idea what he's doing to tap that add button. Whether he's just very clever and he knows exactly what time the ads happen. Actually, do ads happen when I'm doing this? Can't imagine they do. So, well, that'll suck. If I get monetized, that means that ads will literally start showing. Yeah. I mean, yay, I'm getting ad money, but yeah. And I was thinking about it. Isn't it weird how, like, especially if you get to do ad reads and stuff like that, you know, your favorite YouTuber all of a sudden is really, really interested in War Thunder 2 and wants to give you free doubloons. Or get some Gringotts if you sign up in the next 48 hours and use the word wibbly jibble. I'll remember that because I've got like 600 hours to go and then I've got the first tier. The thought that occurred to me is that, like, you've got all these influencers sitting there going, like, are you feeling rather sad? Here's a counselling line. Other than, what the? It occurred to me that we watch our favourite YouTubers because they're our favourite YouTubers and we like them. And so they're kind of wasting their time leveraging other people's stuff. They should be leveraging themselves. They should make a product and sell that. Not worry about advertising other things. Like, the obvious thing for me is, like, you know, I'll eventually make rings and stuff and sell Opal rings and stuff, rather than annoying people with ad reads. Do my own ad reads. Yeah. Well, that is true because a lot of them have pretty traumatic lives. Who's that one that keeps getting in trouble? Pyramid Girl. I don't know. I genuinely don't know who she is. She just comes up when she's getting in trouble. So what I'm going to do now, I haven't seen a glimmer of hope. I'm going to literally cut it straight through where I saw the colour. And if it's not there, I'm moving on. If we see a crack right behind the white area, then we'll know that it was just a crack that was causing the red colour. Well, no cracking. If there was cracking, it'd be right there. Let's have a look on the other side. Just looking for it. Yep. Alright. So it'd be right there. No crack. So I wonder what we've got. I'm just going to roll this in and see if we get something, and then I think it's time we moved on from this one-horse pony town thing. I think that was cracking off. Maybe that was causing it. Oh well. We live and learn. So let's go and do another one which will give us better results. That one was a complete gamble. I knew it was going to be a gamble. I regret nothing. Okay. There are a few here that I saw. There was one especially that I thought was pretty cool. Let's have a look. These are all the gamble ones. Was it that one? I don't think so. Was it that one? Stay. Bad. You know what? I actually thought, quite naively, that I was organised today. No, I'm not. Did I accidentally do something stupid? Let me have a look. Oops. Oh, I just killed a jumping spider. I like those things. Maybe it's in here. Get that one out. The number of epic opals that are sitting in here. Oh, you're not seeing any of this. Not that one. Not even that one. May try that one. And perhaps that one. There was definitely a little greenie that I was looking for. May have put it in with the other. Yeah. So what I might have done is I might have already put it up and then cleaned it up, which is, it can be regarded as probably one of the boneheaded things that I do from time to time. Oh well. We'll just cut these guys. Greenie will show up when he wants to. Sorry, if he's where I think he is, he'll just be down here. That made sense to me. Don't ask why I said it that way. I've got yeah, I can't remember. Nearly got the name of the band too in my head, but no. I'm just singing their songs and forgetting who they are. Living End. Thank you, Phil. The Living End. Alright, let's have a look at this guy. Oh, that's a cool idea. I have been getting opal chips eventually I'll get them to you. I'm just hopeless at getting addresses and posting and all that sort of stuff. I need admin, and I don't have the money to pay admin at the moment. I need someone behind me saying, you promised to do this. Here's how you do it. Well, listen, there are some Opal chips with your names on it. It's just when the hell I'm going to get them to you, I have no idea. I think my Dr. Phil email works still, so you can email me directly if you need to. That wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. Alright, let's have a look at this guy. This one looks like Matrix Opal. Oh, another like. Thank you, whoever did that. I suspect that Matrix Opal made it into the Cooper Petey batch, but who knows? That looks very suspiciously like it's been treated. Now, the dilemma I've got is that if you have treated an opal and then you sell it, you should identify that it's been treated. But what if you only suspect it's been treated? But I think it's a treated opal, it's an off-cut, it just fell into the Cooper Petey bag. And then they sold it, and I got it. And I'm happy, yay. End of story. Da-da-da-da-da-da, done. I don't think it is it's a treated opal. I think this is genuine crystal. It's just way too bright, and it's not the right colour. And it's also melting like butter. It's not hard like a Anamuka Matrix. I think it's just a case of George just lucky, I guess. Look at that. It's like everywhere you go, there's colour. Everywhere you go, everywhere I go, people want to know who you are, where you come from, So I tell them, none of your bloody business. That probably tells people how old I am. I suspect that the songs that I'm singing, as a general rule, are quite a lot older than most people recognise. I remember that old ballad, the Earth's crust is starting to harden, look, there's a dinosaur. Look, there's a dinosaur, look, there's a dinosaur, the Earth's crust is hardening, that's really good, I hated walking on lava. No one else remembers that song? It was a great one. Look at this opal though. Don't remember the song, but can see the opal. Look at it. It's an absolute cracker. So that one's going into the doping area to be dopped and to be, oh yeah, fully sick is gonna dop, boots and cats and 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 boots and cats. Despite all the fanfare and the techno music, let's see what it looks like when we've cut it. Kind of looks like it meant to be opal, but is it meant to be? Hey! Yay! That got me. Right in the thumbnail. Doesn't hurt. Didn't hurt me. Just got my thumbnail. Fortunately, even though this is kind to the blade, I think the blade's starting to move on its way out, so probably saved me from getting a blade right up the middle of the thumbnail, which might have been a little bit graphic. Okay, the answer is yes, but I think you're talking about this. This is opal. I'll show you a previous one. That one's not any good. I'll show you a previous couple. Stuff like this guy. That looked better in the sunlight. And stuff like this guy. This is what opal does. It really shines. And they're organic and individual kinds of stones. So they're really cool. Anyway, I've got this one here. We're going to cut that one and see if we get the same kind of shine. Let me have a look under it and I'll tell you whether we're gambling or not. I'll call this one a total gamble. This is a shell opal. So I reckon it's an oyster shell. Don't know if there were oysters in the Cretaceous, but looks like one. So we'll see what's underneath. Generally speaking, I don't like doing it, but I don't think there's much that this shell can actually give science. So maybe I could turn it into something pretty and people go, maybe they're valuable. Maybe we should value our shells. If you're confused, it's a fossilized shell, not a real one. And welcome to the chat, Suja M. Good to see you, mate. We got colour. Just so you know, the colour is there. Just, I've got to zoom out, zoom out. No, that's zooming in, zoom out. And then do the manual zoom so you can see it. Starting to learn how to figure out how to show people the colours. So you can just see the colours just on the ends there. But I suspect that if I cut through all of this area, we'll get some colour. But you might have noticed, you know, just a subtle crack there. So I will get most of the opal cleaned up and then we'll see what that crack's doing. I'll probably have to cut it in half. If you're in the chat and you wish to ask a question, I'm perfectly happy to answer. Just be aware, sometimes there is a huge amount of lag between when I get the question and answer it and when you're going to see it. Okay, this is starting to take on some very interesting properties. I'll show you in a second. Be nice if it continued in this light without any cracks, because if it did, then it would be like a diamond. Oh, Nomadic Life. Salam, my friend. Look at that bad boy. Might have to cut this in half still, but it's at least looking good. I can still get meant to be stones. If you go into the opal sites, you can still get them. But I don't think you're allowed to commercially mine, although I think some of the indigenous population are allowed to go and get them themselves. I think that one of the major issues with Minderby is not necessarily the fact that the mines have been shut down. It's the fact that it's quite a lawless area. That's what I've heard anyway. The good news is, well, if you could call it that, I think Minderby's been pretty much mined out anyway. I saw somebody selling some Minderby stones. Someone acquired some Minderby stones, and they were from like 20, 30 years ago. Like someone mined them that long ago. And they were so bright and iridescent compared to the stones that I could get my hands on. And that just made me think, like, obviously, back in the day, Minderby really had some good stones going. The amusing thing is, the stuff that I get, it's very small, and it's quite bright. I quite like it. There's no complaints. It's just, the stuff from the past is just astonishing. So I have a feeling that Minderby, yeah, you're getting the dregs nowadays. Oh, look at Adele. She's totally in with the Farsi. You'll have to forgive us, Nomadic Life, because basically, if I go on a holiday, I can get all the way around the world just by going, speak English, you, speak English, speak English. So it makes us lazy. Go to Europe and there are people who can speak 2 or 3 languages and you go, how can you do that? It's miraculous. Burn the witch. In Australia we're so insulated, and technically we shouldn't be, because our indigenous population, 700 odd nations, all with different languages. Where did that go? That was a magic trick. Da 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 da. I'm checking up my own sleeves. Is it up my sleeve? No. Alright, watch as I turn that into one of Bailey's opals. Yay! This one is Caleb Bailey's. I think it's an offcut, although it could be a standalone stone. Sometimes they just are a weird shape. I think it's standalone. But let me just, I'll just get a few bits off it and then you'll see why I'm kind of happy with this one. And hopefully I don't, do a conjuring act on it. I have no idea where that went. That's amazing. Anyway. Okay. Australians, bad at other languages. I think that's as good as it gets. So this opal here, shiny opal, colourful, from friend. Why am I doing that? Me, Tarzan, Eugene. There you go. There's our colour. There's our money shot. That's right. With opals, you either have your money shot or your muddy shot. Try translating that. Puns. That'll be a tough one. Yeah, I know, but, you know, there's nothing better to make a language endangered than to make it illegal. Anyway, that's in the past. Ask an American, basically. Americans have a great deal of difficulty understanding Australian English, or even differentiating Australian English from British English. I don't know why that is. It's not anything stupidity based. It's just weird. Something to do with the way their ears hang on their head or something. I don't know. But yeah, I can remember going to America, and I was sitting down to lunch with myself, the head of the Soil Conservation Resource Service. I know. What a name drop. And I'll call him a colleague, but like this guy, he did very much the same of what I was doing, except he did it essentially in a different language, in a different soil classification system. Very boring. But this guy, he was Hungarian and I was Australian, and this guy, John, he was the head of the Soil Conservation Service. He was American. We were talking at dinner time, and then John just stopped me and said, I'm sorry, mate, I can't understand you. You'll have to speak slower. And I looked across at this other bloke. He was a wonderful guy, but he's Hungarian. He sounds like Dracula. I said, but you can understand him, and you can't understand me. He's like, yeah. You know that his English is his second language, right? It was very strange. That's all right, Mohammed. I have great respect for people who learn other languages. I'm pretty certain that that's what Adele probably said, so if you did, Adele, you're going to have to think of something different to tell him. Yep, I can talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles, as they say. Now, not only that, I talk in metaphor. To quote Star Trek, Shakar when the walls fell. Before you say it, I don't do, Jude. Okay, so I speak a bit of Korean. Amusingly, if I knew a bit of Hindi, that'd probably help, because Hindi and the Arabic languages, they seem to work together. I think I've said that before. Ignore. Unlike you guys, I can't delete my comments. So what I'm doing is I'm just making it so that it can become a pretty stone. You have to make them all flat on one side so they can be put on a stick. Humans are crazy, aren't they? What are you doing? Oh, I'm grinding down an opal so I can put it on a stick. Okay. What did the shiny rock do to you? That meant you had to just grind it into nothing? Oh, nothing. It's just a valuable fossil of the past that we can't get back. Right. Okay. Do you do anything else, like push old ladies onto the street? No, just the opals. Zooming out so you can see. Beautiful. Pretty stone, much money. I suppose that's the best way of putting it. Oh. It is an honor to have you on my channel, my friend. Your presence is just like a like. Perhaps this one. Maybe. I think this one shines really well under sunlight. We'll find out. Hello there, you're from Florida. That means that is it early in the morning in America at the moment? Yeah, I presume it's approaching midnight. It's Mohammed, isn't it? So you are awesome, Mohammed. I know, with just so few words, you really light up the channel. I don't know how you do it. Sorry, Chris. I was talking to you, but that Mohammed guy, he's great. And it's good to see a Floridian here. These are opals. And I'm cutting a complete, we call this, I'll zoom out so you can see. I write down on the bottom here what's going on. This stone is what we call a total gamble. There's a chance it's going to be nothing. There's a chance it's going to be awesome. Oh, Bill. Mohammed, just laugh. It's a very funny joke in English. I'm wondering if it's a sensitive joke or I don't know. I'm shutting up now. Yeah, you had to do it, Bill. But you see, you can't make me laugh to jokes like that. That's the trick. You have to, you know, I don't know, give some warning or something. Speaking of warning, I'm giving you some warning that this opal is rubbish. Okay, let's look over here. What about, there they are. Or are they? Or is this just another load of rubbish? I'm just looking in this pile here. I'll zoom back out so you can see what I'm doing. So that's what I got here. Let me have a look through them. Oh yeah, I remember. There is our turd. If you remember that one, Colopterite. Excuse my French. Sorry, guys. Let me see. I'm Australian. We're supposed to say really rude words. We'll do one more gamble. We'll do this guy. Presuming I don't drop it. We'll do this guy, and then we'll go back to shiny, shiny, shiny fun. Absolutely. Oh, really? I wonder if it's in my settings. So, guys, that channel, I endorse it as Dr. Phil. I don't know if that means anything yet, but anyway, I endorse what Adele did there. So, when we shut off the channel, I think that if you go back and replay it. So, where are we at? We're at 1 hour 31. I suppose you could just click on the dude. You could click on Muhammad's picture and you can go to him that way. If ever you came to Australia, you can stay at my place, my friend. And what's mine is yours. Oh, okay. So we've got to somehow whitelist him. Okay. Might be that the spanner does not have the access required. It might be me. We'll find out. Good luck to us all if that is the case. It's really weird. I can do programming languages, scripting languages, not programming languages. I'm well versed in something called R, which is a, it sounds weird, but it's based on S. And it's just basically a scripting language with which you do maths. And it's like programming. You can do that, but like working computers or YouTube algorithms, all that sort of stuff, no. In a way, Linux is scripting because, I always, when I'm bug testing what our head programmer does, I tend to put data entries which have terms like drop tables or something that's really catastrophic to the memory systems of the computer, just to see that they've reinforced the program from people putting malicious code in the actual data entries. So, Linux, is it a graphical interface or is it a word adventure? Can't you just click on his icon? That's all, folks. Can't you just click on his icon? You know what? This rock not so pretty. Bye. Okay, let's get pretty rock. Ah, pretty rock. Changing to pretty rock. Not total gamble. Clear crystal, no, not total gamble. No colour, but interesting. Tiny but mighty. Oh, I forgot about those. How about this one? So what we are going to do is we are going to have a look at, we're hunting for the Magnum Opal now because we've been going for 1.5 hours. We'll have a look around. I'll have a look at the levels of access. The trouble I have, Bill, is that Adele is the sort of person who just never got the chance to take over the world, but if she did, oh boy. I can remember when I was going through university, there were so many bright minds out there. And there was one kid, like I was about 30 at the time, and the kid, he was 18 or thereabouts. He was just so good at everything he did. But most importantly, he was really organised, and he could just get stuff done. And I looked at him and I said, I can't believe that you are so apathetic about life, because if I had your abilities, I'd have taken over the world by now. I honestly thought this opal would be better than that, but it seems to be, how do I put it, resisting. It's still got a bit of colour. I might have to look at it in sunlight and see what it looks like, see if I can improve it in different lighting conditions. But gee, it's a bit of a disappointment, this one. The gambles, they're fine because, well, they're a gamble. But this one, it had all of the hallmarks of a good coloured stone, and it just decided, you know what, I don't want to shine. I'm happy being a white piece of tooth enamel. Good. I'm glad you're happy with your tooth enamelness. See ya. Once again, we've got another one. By the way, when it gets to this point, it reminds me of calamari skin. We are looking for the Magnum Opal, and all of a sudden, all of the other opals are going, you know what, we just want to have a peaceful life. Should write that down, searching for the Magnum Opal. Should also put cards down for what the birds do, because we know what the birds are going to do. This is the insanity of the job network. I've actually done something similar, trying to get just a few dollars to tide me over before the next job happens, and it's just so slow. Here's an interesting thought for you. At the moment, I'm on a good income, and I don't. What do I say? I don't take it for granted because, like, you know, I'm the sort of person who could be out on his ear tomorrow. So I'm happy when I've got the money. I appreciate the good times when I don't have the money. That's kind of how I roll. But I'm also a believer in essentially a living wage. That, you know, if a person is, it doesn't matter whether a person's employed or not, just give them 50k, enough to live on. Because we can afford it in our budget, and I think that it would actually be quite good for our economy. And it also is not being a jerk to people. Trying to keep up with the conversation whilst I'm cutting an opal, not easy. But once again, I've been frustrated in my hunt for the Magnum opal. Maybe this one will provide us with the delights. Maybe we'll go for another one. Maybe we will hunt a bit deeper for the opals, yes? Let us go into this giant pile of goo. What have we got here? Haha, we have opals. Let's see them. Not that one. Those are rubbish. That one's rubbish. Already done that one. Should I do this one? Probably not. Probably a bit crap. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at this one. This one is total gamble. We'll try it. 5 minutes maybe. Look, they have to. This is the procedure, but at the same time, it's nuts. It's insane. Wow, that's quite a novel, and it's scrolling quite quickly. Grab the fan from around your neck. He's probably on OnlyFans. Da 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 da. This is the sadness. This is an entirely other level of bureaucracy, right? That exists on a different socioeconomic scale. It's not any different. It's not harder or not as hard. It's the same. I don't know why we treat people differently. Yeah, I can remember the last phone call I had with those people. It was quite some time ago, but I said, look, in the time it took you to get your act together with all of this kind of rubbish, I got a job. Now, if you heard my comments before on give everyone a living wage, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, it seems to me that the way that the whole thing's being set up is you can have people who are professionally on welfare, but the people who actually lose their jobs or whatever else, who actually need just a little bit of a cushion, they don't get much. Now, it's fine by me if we're just going to give people money, give them free money. Great, no worries. Just call a spade and say you're giving us free money. Very hard to cut the Magnum, Opal, and to listen to the story. The story is interesting, Adele. Your call is important to us. Exterminate, exterminate. I don't think we're going to get much from this, even though there are a few pretty sections. It's not doing much. So I think I'm going to go off the gambles, because looks like our scratchy tickets aren't doing much today. There is a little bit of colour on this, but it's not enough. Actually, it's starting to get a bit better. It's getting a bit better. Let me just... I'll stay on this for 5 more minutes maybe, or maybe 1 more minute. I don't think it'll be colourful enough to be the Magnum Opal, but at least we're getting something. There we go. Whoa, could have hurt myself. Okay, so because it's so small, I will eventually end up bleeding if I keep doing that, so I'm going to stop doing that one. Don't worry guys, it's not a particularly big problem, it's just you keep getting it all the time. No. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my brother Jonathan. So the problem with that is yes, you come at an interesting time, Jono. Our good friend Adele has been harassed by Centrelink. She's already gotten herself a job, but Centrelink is still doing their thing. It's amazing. Finding the Magnum Opal at the moment because I'm trying to get onto something else. What's that? Nothing. There should be something here. Let's try this one. No, we're not going. We don't have time. We don't have time. It seems that all of a sudden I've got nothing. I literally went through all of these and went, yep, that's good, yep, that's good, yep, that's good, yep, that's good. And then when it comes to the night, no, nothing's good. I don't understand it. This one should be good. As a matter of fact, I am going to put my faith in it so much. Let me just find the... I'm going to put my colours on the mast here. I've just dropped one. Some colour. Nope. I'm going to call it epic. There we go. I dropped one on the ground, but it wasn't that one. Here we go. I will write up a sign saying Magnum Opal too, because I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I actually don't begrudge people trying to get their funding, but like, you know, one thing you should do, whilst you're giving all the people who are, you know, filling in the paperwork to get their funding, consider giving people who are working, you know, honestly, their funding as well. Just a thought. So here we go, just so you can see what's going on. Look at that bad boy. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. They want to keep you on welfare payments, I presume. I mean, you just got to laugh. You have to laugh because, like, this is, it's not helping anyone. It's not doing anything. Very true. Just so you know, Jono, collaboration of curiosity is also called Adele. So put all your Adele jokes aside. We've already done them all, but you know, that'll make it easier for you. There's a guy who's crazy for seahorses on this channel somewhere. He's possibly fallen asleep by now. His name's Rainer. He's from Austria. We've got Bill somewhere along there somewhere. Where are you from, Bill? I presume Queensland, but I have no idea. PPE? Prepaid ecstasy? I don't know. You know what? I think that we are in an alternate universe because someone will ask me, what did I do today? And I'll say, well, I worked for the legal system and the court system, and then I went into my backyard and I cut some opals whilst I was discussing welfare fraud with random people. Yep, great, awesome. Anything else? Filling a bathtub with brightly coloured objects. Now that one's an absolute cracker. I think I'm changing my Magnus Opal. Look at it. It's an absolute smasher. Nice little drop. Beautiful opal. All right, we're done. Bing. It stops quickly. I think that my poor machine. Now, Jono, if you're wondering what about the It's Dead Jim, it's this opal color. This guy here. It was very interesting. Like, half the stream 2 days ago was just watching it sputter and die. Happens. Okay. So, just to give you an update, I've got the correct terms here now. Where is it? Not here, not that one. Total gamble, no. Doing it one hand is a little bit tough. I'll put it back over to here. Here we go. Let's have a look. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, found that one that went. Nope. Nope, nope. Can't find it. Oh, well. Not It's Dead Jim. I flipped them all over. Maybe it was on the other side one. Nope, not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Oh, there we are. Found it. McGyver cam. Right. So. Okay, so what's going on here? So, this was an ordinary desk sander previously, but what I've discovered is that you can get a piece of material and glue it onto the desk sander. Then you glue a heavy duty sandpaper onto the, well, it can be velcroed on and replaced, but then then I cut the middle out of another piece of sandpaper and stuck it on, so I've got 2 different grades going there, and it's also poking out so that I can touch things on the side. Works out quite well. This little thing is connected to this thing here, so I can turn on the water and it delivers accurately the right amount of water through the technology of a wooden block. Yes, another wooden block technology right here. Got another piece of stuff. I'm probably going to upgrade this that way. Where MacGyver cam's disappeared. Yoink. There we go. MacGyver cam. Right, I still need to connect the water supply to this guy. The water supply will be connected to that tub there, and it'll all be gravity fed. There's a microscope. Okay, let's go look at the birds. Hello. 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 What's going on? Someone's been put in the naughty corner. I have no idea why. Okay. Hello. So, there's diatomaceous earth in the bottom here. Now, one of my daughters did something rather interesting. I'm not naming any one of them, but she didn't check whether lychee seeds were good or bad for birds before she fed them to them. I googled it. Bad for birds. Very bad for birds. Puts them into a diabetic coma. Solution? Cordial in the water. It's all right. We're about to finish. It's about 5 minutes from the end. I show them the birds. The birds come out and fly around a bit, and then I say goodbye. So I'll chat to you on WhatsApp in a little while, Jono. They're okay, yeah.
Is Jono your brother there?
Yeah.
Love you, Jono.
The cockatoos are fine. They're picking out on cordial. They could not be happier. Come here. Yep, pony splat. It seems that Max is doing his thing, so I'm getting tired, so let's just splat pony and get done with it. Come here, pony. Yoink. Splat. So, thus ends the lesson, as they say. We had a great time. I wrote some things. I built some things. I hope you all enjoyed the things I wrote and built. If you did, like and subscribe on the way out. It really does help the channel. I've had an absolute ball today. And thank you everybody who contributed. There was a huge chat rate. I might actually post the chat rate because that's you guys, not me. Other than that, have a wonderful evening and try not to get into trouble. And take settling for all it's worth. Have a nice evening. Dr. Phil out.